to showcase Zoom key features and how to use them effectively. As you can see, I have already planned a new meeting. It's not due yet, but I can always start my meeting earlier by clicking here at this button. Before I do that, I want to draw your attention to this tab. It's Settings. It's a really important tab because it gives you the option to plan your meetings in a way that is according to your needs. So make sure that you go through all the details here. It's a really long list. I'm not going to go through all of it, just some key points. For example, the audio type, which is better to use both, but this is also something that you can choose among the scheduling meeting settings, or the participants video. But there are some other options down further below, which you do not have the chance to set while you are scheduling a meeting. What I'm talking about is annotation. For example, you can see that meeting IDs and this kind of stuff you can access through your scheduling a meeting tab, but right here you can see that you give participants, you allow participants to send a message visible to other participants. This is something that you have to set from here, or to allow private chatting, the ability to autosave chats instead of doing it manually during your session. Also the sound, if you want to set a sound warning to know when a participant joins or leaves, or to allow file transfer. These are all settings that you cannot see while you're scheduling a meeting, so you have to go through them through this tab. And also talking about control of toolbars, these are all things that you have to set from here, so make sure that you go through this long list in detail and choose whatever kind of setting you prefer. Annotation, whiteboard, remote control, all are the really important stuff here. Okay, so let me go back to the meetings that we have scheduled. Okay. Here is the key Zoom features. Let me show you quickly how was this set up. You can see that I had to fill in the topic, the description, to set the time. The meeting ID was automatically generated. Password, meeting password for making meeting more secure. The URL which is generated, and this is where you click to copy the invitation, copy and paste it through email to send to your attendees or through text messages, and some other basic features. Notice I haven't enabled join before host. I wouldn't like that. But I have enabled a waiting room. It gives you the ability to see who is trying to enter your meeting and you decide whether to allow or not. And you have the chance to record the meeting automatically on the local computer, a very important feature when you are scheduling a meeting, a class, let's say. But I won't allow it for this tutorial. And I'm going to start this meeting to see Zoom key features right from inside the meeting. It is being launched. And it is connecting. Okay. Join with computer audio. You can see this is at the bottom. We have a very interesting menu. It has a lot of key features here. Right now my video is off. That's why there is this line over here. If I cross it, it will begin. And if I click on this tab, I will be muted and you won't be able to hear me. Okay. There is a menu where you can select your microphone, speaker, and stuff like that. You can go through this if you need to change something. And here is another interesting menu. This is where you can select your webcam, and notice there is a choose virtual background setting here. What does this mean? If you don't want to let people see your space, if it's not according to the way you want it to be, you can set a virtual background, and that way you won't have to worry about what's happening behind your back. Hello? Actually, mine is not, I mean, I could send something like that, you can see, or my system is not so up to date. That's why my picture seems to be overlapping with the background one, and it doesn't show really well. But if you have a more modern computer, then you won't have this kind of trouble. Your backgrounds will be visible behind you, and you won't have any problem with your own video. And I can choose from various pictures, or I can use my own. I have created one based on our course, but as you can see, it doesn't work very well with my laptop. Anyway, I'll choose none for now. And let's go back to our tutorial. Through this tab here, you have security features. You can lock your meeting so that late cameras cannot get in, or enable waiting room, allow participants to screen share, to chat, or rename themselves. And through this tab here, you have a box opening on the right, which gives you the participants list. Right now it's only just me, so you can't see that much, but if there were more participants, they would be listed here. You can also see that you have the chance to invite more people in the room, mute all or unmute all with just one click. And there is a More tab here where you can access some settings again. And next to the participants is a chat box. When I click on it, I have my chat here. Right now it's the only option available is to everyone because there is no one else in the room. But if there were more people, you would see them here and you could even send private messages to them. And this is where you can click to upload, to save chat. Okay, and this is where you click if you want to upload a file from your system. Okay, right there, but we don't need it. Just wanted to show you. So next to the share screen button, there is the record button. This is where you click when you want to have your meeting recorded. And right here, it's the breakout rooms. This is where you can split your participants in smaller groups and put them in different rooms to perform, collaborate and perform the tasks that you set. And you can assign participants into the rooms either automatically, or if you want to do it manually, you can choose who goes with who. And you just click here on the tab and the breakout rooms are created. A very nice feature. Now let's go to another important feature, the screen sharing feature. I'll click on it and you can see I can share a whiteboard, my screen, other things from open in my system. Let's try my screen. Don't forget to tick the share computer sound button, otherwise you won't be able to share your sound. As you can see, there is a floating toolbar menu here, and you can actually you can mute people, start video, security manage participants, and you can pause share. If you click on this button, the participants can just see the screen that you were in, but you can go back and try to find some other file, something else that you need to share. And then when you are ready, you can resume share. So this is actually very, very helpful because it makes transition really smooth. Another thing that you can do is annotate. You can give annotation right to your students. So not only you, but also them can use all these features here: mouse, text, draw, spotlight eraser. You can erase everything. Let me just show you. Let me click on, get my mouse back. For example, if I had this this file here and I wanted my students to write something, I would give them rights to use these annotation tools, and they could actually go ahead and write text here, either through the text tab or by using a pencil or something. So here you can see there is a save tab. When you want to save things that you have written on the whiteboard, for example. We'll go through the whiteboard in a minute. So let's just click this one here. There is something else I would like to show you, something really interesting. Sometimes we don't want to have this floating bar right there on top because we cannot access our browser tabs, and it's not very convenient. So over here there is a tab saying more. You can see that I can open my chat box, breakout rooms, record, or I can give or disable participants annotation. And there is this interesting feature here, hiding floating meeting control. If I click here, you will notice that the floating bar will disappear. You see? Now it's not a problem. My screen is clear. I can use it very easily. And if I need this floating bar back, all I have to do is click escape on my keyboard, and there it is. So simple and really nice. I can hide the floating bar and I can bring it back anytime I want. So let's let's try the whiteboard. I'll screen share the whiteboard this time. So when I'm here, these features are really necessary because I can draw, I can write text, I can put stamps, I can let my students use the whiteboard and write, and they can choose the colors, they can erase things they've done. I can also use these do-undo buttons here to do the same thing. If I want to clear my whiteboard, I can clear all drawings, or if I wanted to save them, I would click here. So it's a quite nice whiteboard. It has nice features. So it's really nice to use. Let me click here, and notice if I want to have a new whiteboard, another whiteboard, I can, okay, what have I done here? So if I want to have another whiteboard, let me show you what you can do. There is right here at the bottom this little icon with a plus sign. If I click here, you see I can have a new whiteboard. I can have one or a second one. If I click here, I can add a third whiteboard. So you can see I can easily change whiteboards. That's also an interesting feature. Okay, now I'll stop sharing. And I think we have seen all the key features that Zoom offers. And right there at the bottom, there is this End Meeting tab, which I'm about to click. and I can end the meeting for all. In other cases, I could just leave the meeting. For example, if I wanted to refresh my page, I had problems with my audio, I could leave a meeting and try to get back. But right now, I'm just going to end the meeting for all. And I hope this was a useful tutorial on Zoom, then you enjoyed it. Thanks very much for being here. Bye.